Hey friends, what's up? It's Moses here from Driver Success. I hope you guys are doing well. One of the comments I get a lot is comments to do with driver pay. I get comments where drivers are saying that JB Hunt doesn't pay its drivers, or that JB Hunt pays its drivers peanuts, or something of within that line. But is that true?
A husband, father, Christian and truck driver, telling you my story and the world through my eyes. So keep the faith, let's keep it fresh. And this is driver success. Yeah, let's go.
So when I get such comments, I usually will either ignore them, or if I choose to interact with a person commenting, I will want to ask a few questions. I want to know what company they are recommending. Is there a particular company that they say pays better? I want to know which state they work out of, which city they work out of. The other thing is I want to know what they do. And for the most part, what I have found is that when people are making comparisons, they are not making comparisons well. When you compare trucking jobs, one of the things you want to know is where that particular job is located, where the state and city is. For example, even though here at JB Hunt, somebody who works like me, I do an intermodal local job, I will be paid differently from somebody who is maybe like in, let's say in Boston. Okay, the pay here in Hazlet is different from the pay in Boston because those are two different areas. So if you really want to compare the jobs right, you have to compare a Boston driver to a Boston driver. Compare somebody that is in PA with somebody that is in PA. If somebody is in California, compare them with somebody in California. Don't try to be comparing different states, because different states and different locations will pay differently. And so what I've realized is that driver look at the videos that I make and they forget that I am out of Hazlet in Texas. So that's the first mistake they make. They are not looking at the location. Again, let me say, different locations pay differently, and that's to do with demand. People that are here in maybe like the West Coast, like maybe here in Texas or California, may be paid totally differently from people that are in maybe northeast of the country. And that's because of maybe demand. People here do not have the bad weather as people in the northeast. This place is not as tight as some of those places like in New York City. So drivers are going to be paid differently. That's one of the mistakes people make when comparing jobs. The other thing I've seen is I see drivers compare me as a local driver to them who are maybe like over the road drivers or regional drivers. Again, they're making the comparison in a very, very bad way. Even here, right here in Hazlet, people that are on maybe like the regional runs will be paid differently from people that are on the local runs. People that are on dedicated accounts are going to be paid differently from people that are on maybe intermodal accounts. Again, when making the comparison, make sure that you are making the comparison the right way. So I talk to drivers and they tell me they are over the road. They're in different states. They are over the road and they are comparing themselves to me, who is a local driver. The pay is going to be different. So the best way to do it is, if you want to see if JB Hunt is the company for you, the best thing to do is first, when you are making the comparison, make sure that you are comparing with the job you want at JB Hunt. Make sure it's the same job with what you currently have, unless you want to totally change jobs. So if you are in, let me say, if you're in Ohio, don't compare the pay in Ohio to the pay in Texas. Compare the pay in Ohio to the pay in Ohio. Okay? When you are over the road, don't compare over the road pay with a local pay, unless you are planning to move from over the road to being a local driver. But if you want to stay as as an over-the-road driver, then make that comparison between over the road and over the road, and make sure you are within the same region you are comparing with. The reason I let you guys know about the pay and all that is to be able to kind of help you know how we get paid as intermodal drivers. But people who will really get the best out of the pay videos are people who are within this region, the Dallas-Fort Worth region. That the only thing others can get out of is to understand how JB Hunt works. So I see people just saying, oh, JB Hunt doesn't pay anything. And then when I ask them questions, I realize, one, either they will not answer, they are not telling me which company they recommend, or if they do, I realize they are making the comparison totally in a wrong way. They are not making the comparisons right. So I just want to encourage you guys, if you are making a comparison, make sure that you are making the right comparison. If you need help with that, send me an email, moses@driversuccess.com, and I will help you compare what you are being paid with what is available in your area. Other than that, when you go to the website, JB Hunt website, make sure that you know what you want. If you are over the road and you want to become a local driver, then yes, look at jobs in your state, in your location that are local drivers, and see what they pay, and then see if you want to make that switch. But don't be looking at me in Texas when you are way out there in New York and comparing your pay to my pay and thinking that JB Hunt doesn't pay. What you need to do is to go to the website, look at the New York pay, and compare and see if that is something that makes sense to you. I do believe really that JB Hunt, when you talk about these big companies, JB Hunt is one of the companies that really pays competitively with any other company in its category, and I think they also treat their drivers well. So if that wasn't true, I wouldn't be recommending them. It is my opinion. Other drivers may have different opinions, but I actually think that in its category, JB Hunt really pays competitive. Its pay is really competitive, and I think they treat us as drivers really well, and they are trying to make sure that they do it right. Again, everybody's opinion is going to be different, but that's my opinion. And when you are making comparisons, make sure you are making the comparisons right. Until next time, stay blessed and stay safe. Bye-bye.